The VO Meter, measuring your voiceover progress. Whether you're a veteran voice actor, just starting out, or don't even know how to set a level, we're here to help you avoid the pitfalls along your voiceover path to success. The VO Meter is brought to you by Voice Actor Websites, Studio Bricks, Global Voice Acting Academy, JMC Demos, and Sennheiser. The VO Meter is produced in part using Source Connect, made by source-elements.com. And now, your hosts, Paul Stefano and Sean Daly.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the VO Meter. We're pleased to be joined by founders and co-chairs of the Vocation Conference, this year Evocation again, Carin, Gilfry, Jamie Muffet. Welcome, guys, back to the show.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
We're happy to be here.
Our pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
And we are really excited to be back on board, podcasting from the show, live, interviewing people both before and during the show. And we'll do our best to help you guys get the word out and promote the conference so it's as successful as it's been the last couple of years.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah, thank you.
So speaking of last year's conference, how did you guys feel when it finally wrapped up? And what did it inspire you to do for this year's conference?
Relief. It was relief in a good way. Obviously, I think you always feel a certain responsibility to put on a good event when you have people put their faith into you that you will do that. So that was definitely the case. But when we did it last time, we were still in the major throes of the COVID situation, and everyone was so isolated. It was such a just positive and uplifting weekend. It was just nothing but positivity from my standpoint. And I wanted to bring that, and we both wanted to bring that into this year's event. The world is slightly different, but the ethos remains, I think.
I was so surprised at how connected I felt to everybody at the virtual conference because, you know, you go to in-person conferences and you can like hug people and go out for a drink at the bar later. And, you know, it's kind of a different thing. But I felt like even though Vocation or Evocation was virtual last year, we had so many opportunities for people to meet in small groups, and people really got to know each other. Yeah. There were people who said that they came away from Evocation with like real friends who they still talk to on a daily basis since the conference. And that just made me so, so happy. Yeah,
we actually canvassed for some testimonials this year, which we haven't actually done anything with. We need to do that. But we got some incredible stories. I got quite emotional reading them after, you know, when we read through them, that people, like Carin said, had forged quite deep friendships and connections, and also the business collaborations as well. It was surprising, put it that way.
Yeah, I would agree. I made some great friends, people I both increased the relationship I already had with, and then total strangers I met, quote unquote. I'm doing the quotes. You can see that, right?
Yes.
That I met during the virtual conference and still talk to every couple of days. Yeah, it's really kind of amazing how you and your team engendered that atmosphere even virtually. So kudos to you guys.
Yeah, I think we're at a stage in the world now where you don't literally have to be breathing the same air as someone to have a connection and have an interaction with them. Obviously, it's really nice to be able to see the whites of someone's eyes, like up close and personal. But I mean,
how close are you going to get, Jamie?
Close enough to shoot.
Uncomfortably close.
That's pretty close.
Okay, well, I will say I did get in trouble the first year because I suggested a no touching policy at the conference.
You did.
And everyone laughed at me, and now I feel vindicated.
You are absolutely vindicated. We also had I bought little containers of hand sanitizer the first year that we had the conference because of Jamie, and I walked around passing out hand sanitizer, and I was like, Jamie, this is for you. I would not do this unless you asked me to, but it's totally valid.
You know what?
I took proofing and he didn't even know it.
I took a couple of buckets home with me, and there's some of them I'm still working through them in the car. I've still got them in the car from year one of Vocation.
You were ahead of your time, Jamie. A visionary.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You failed miserably, though. There's at least a picture within like 2 hours of me being there of the three of us, Jamie, Carin, and I, arm in arm. So it didn't work out very well.
That's true. It lasted about 2 minutes.
It was great time, though. So let's talk about the schedule for this year. You have some great speakers, including the keynote speech by Marijuno. Can we talk a little bit about what you're excited about speaker-wise?
Yeah, I mean, there are so many incredible people coming to speak this year. Mara, of course, is just an absolute force. She works in every genre of voiceover, pretty much. She's just amazing. She does a lot of video game work. And I mean, as like a woman in voiceover, a woman of color in voiceover who is just absolutely killing it, I am so excited to hear what she has to say and what she will teach us in her keynote speech.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I'm excited that we're having like a corporate narration panel this year. We've never done that before. And corporate narration is such a huge genre in voiceover. So I think that's going to be really interesting. One thing that I'm also really looking forward to is we're going to do kind of a roundtable discussion called the State of the Union, where we really talk openly about union, non-union, FICOR, the things that we can do to better position the union in the future. You know, and I think that's going to be really interesting. It's something that doesn't get talked about very often because people, I think, are often afraid to go there. But for me, it's very important, and I hope it's helpful and people learn a lot of good things from that.
Yeah, I always look forward to the Working Pros panel because I think it does two things. I think it demonstrates consistencies and inconsistencies and how pros get to that pro level and how everyone's journey is unique. And there are some, consistencies across their journeys. But we've got some great panelists this year, and I'm looking forward to that one particularly.
That one is also, I should just mention, sponsored by Voice 123.
Yeah.
And Voice 123 is doing an amazing thing for us. As part of their sponsorship perks, they are offering 20% off of all premium memberships, whether you are new or renewing your membership. If you have a premium membership, you get 20% off, which for some people, depending on what membership tier you pay for on Voice 123, that could be the price of your entire conference ticket is made up for by the 20% discount on Voice 123. So that's a big deal.
Yeah, we were thrilled with that.
Wonderful. That's incredible. So let's talk about sort of the perks and other benefits for people who can join the conference, whether they've come before or this will be their first time.
Well, we've really tried to curate this year to be all about how to find your own work. So the biggest takeaway, I think, will be the fact that you will gain or improve and advance your knowledge of how you can find and curate your own career. I think that's, aside from the perks that we're trying to bring in as well and the fun stuff too, I think that's probably going to be the biggest takeaway. We're not actually having agents and managers this year. We've done that the previous 2 years, and we made a conscious decision not to go that route for that very reason. So I think that should be the biggest value add.
Do you want to hear about our sponsorship perks? Ooh.
Yes, please.
Sure, you can be literal or metaphorical perks.
Literal or metaphorical. So besides Voice 123, JMC Demos is also giving a 15% discount on all new demos, which is pretty cool. Subject to demo readiness, of course, making sure that you are ready to make your demo. You're also, if you sign up before June 1st, you will get a physical swag bag in the mail before the conference starts, full of cool evocation themed stuff, which will be useful to you during the conference. If you sign up after June 1st, you'll still get a swag bag in the mail, but I can't guarantee that it will arrive before the conference starts. Everyone gets a swag bag, but if you sign up before June 1st, then you get it before the conference.
You'll also have one full year of my respect.
Yes.
Hey, it's hard to get.
That's a big perk.
Yeah.
So Jamie mentioned some of the fun stuff, and I'm really excited about the special performance by Gilbert Gottfried. First of all, are you guys excited? And do you have a censor button ready?
We don't, actually. Yeah, we are excited. We don't have a censor button ready, so we are advising that if you have young kids around, wear headphones. But he is a voice actor extraordinaire as well as a comedian. So he was kind of the perfect guy. We didn't go for anyone else. We sort of set our sights on him and really wanted him to feature at the party on a Friday night. And after a bit of back and forth, we were just blown away that he agreed to do it. So, yeah, he's going to be performing at the sort of culmination of our Friday night party. And, yeah, what more can you say? It's Gilbert Gottfried, you know.
It's going to be great.
And then preceding him, again, making a return appearance, is the baritone bartender, Carin's dad.
Yes.
So I'm really excited about that as well. I joined in full force. My wife was questioning why I was buying so much alcohol the night before the last evocation, but it's all to make Rod's cocktails, and they were great. So tell us a little bit about what he has in store.
Yes. So my dad is a professional baritone opera singer and an amateur mixologist. And so he has combined his two loves, opera and mixology, although he doesn't sing a lot when he makes cocktails, but he's actually a really, really excellent bartender. And we have created 2 evocation-themed cocktails, which I came up with the names for them. I'm very proud of the names. The first one is the Vojito, which is a voiceover mojito.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, we figured that out.
It's basically a pomegranate mojito, but with all fresh ingredients, and it's going to be awesome. The other one is called the voiceover ice.
Clever.
Which is a drink with tequila, some mezcal for smokiness, mango puree, simple syrup, and you pour it all over a giant ice cube in a glass because it's the voiceover ice, with some chili lime tahini on the rim, so that when you're drinking it, it's kind of a little spicy, a little smoky, a little fruity. It's really, really, really good. So if you want to make those cocktails with us, you can. My dad will take you through the whole process, and we can drink a toast together.
It really is a sight to behold watching that performance. I loved it last. It was really something else.
Extremely
It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
He's
With
like
front of a mission.
He's like a crazy dad with lots of dad jokes.
He's got that dad charisma.
I can really.
Yeah.
He's got that dad charisma. It's true.
Well, this is
Yeah.
wonderful. I'm really looking forward to not just the amazing cocktails, but of course everything else about the conference itself. Is there anything else you guys want to tell us before we let you guys go?
Yes, I do actually. And that is that we ended up with 18 scholarships to Evocation this year. And that was because many of our speakers donated their fees so that people could attend the conference for free. And then once attendees saw that the speakers were donating their fees so people could attend, we had just random people decide to give scholarships for the conference this year. So we were going to have, I think, 6 scholarships, and we ended up with 18 because people just started giving scholarship after scholarship after scholarship. So there will be 18 people who attend this year who are attending because of the voiceover community love, which I think is just so amazing and just speaks to what a great business we are in. So that's really awesome to me.
Well, if people are not receiving a scholarship, how can folks still buy tickets and attend?
You can go to www.vocationconference.com and click on tickets, and there are tickets there.
Yep.
Thanks, Jamie. Good input.
Can we get an ABC on there? Anyways, awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much. I'm so looking forward to the conference. It sounds incredible.
We
gonna
really
be
appreciate
really
it.
fun.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the VO Meter. To follow along, visit us at www.vometer.com.
We'd also love to hear your comments or suggestions for the show. Or if you have a questionable gear purchase, tell us all about it on our Facebook page or on Twitter @the VO Meter.